Hello, good afternoon. So welcome to today's chair-based yoga session. But we are going to start standing up today. So if you just want to bring yourself onto your feet, bring your arms down by your sides, and just take a moment or two to sort of zone into yourself. So whatever you've been dealing with today, whatever issues, troubles, anything you might have brought into practice with you, just have a moment to put that stuff down. And the next 30 minutes, giving yourself your full undivided attention. And if you take your awareness right down into your feet, so you can adjust the feet if you feel they need to be adjusted, but try not to look down at them. Have a feeling sense of where your feet are. The material of the floor, whether you're on carpet or floorboards or a mat, and the parts of the feet that are spreading into the floor. You're going to take a breath in. Imagine you can breathe in from your feet right up to your heart. And as you breathe out, back down into your feet. Do that 2 more times. So from your feet, breathe in, up the body into the heart. And breathe out, back down your bones into your feet. Last one. Lovely. And now we're just going to take one foot and give it a little sort of shake out, wiggling your foot nice and floppy. And then the other foot as well. And you can shake your hands at the same time. And then we just switch feet. We just keep that going, transferring a good few shakes of the foot, the ankle, the wrists before you switch. Again, how many different ways can you shake your foot and your hands nice and floppy? Maybe one more with each foot, nice and loose, nice and floppy. Lovely, and then settle back again. Again, take that breath in from your feet to your heart, and breathe out back down into your feet. And then gently lift the knees, alternating the knees, bringing one up towards the chest, then the other. And again, if you need to hold onto your chair for this, that's absolutely fine. So nice and soft as you place the foot back down. Try not to just stomp. There's a little bit more control, using a bit more muscles to control as the foot goes back to the floor. And you're getting a nice sort of squeeze into the hips, the hip flexor muscles, in the groins there. Feel that little squeeze. And really good for getting into any sort of tight muscles. It may seem strange that we're contracting and tightening muscles even more, but that can sometimes help them to release. So if muscles are chronically tight, which these muscles often are if we sit a lot, so they're often in this position. But by doing this, squeezing and then releasing, squeezing and then releasing, that can really help just to let go of that holding. Lovely. Lovely. And then take your heels back towards your buttocks. So now you're going to stretch through the front of the thigh, stretch through the knee, and we're working into those hamstring muscles at the back of the thighs. So those are the parts of the body that we sit on, in the buttocks and the hamstrings. So again, we're just giving them a little bit of a workout, waking them up. Lovely. Getting a bit of blood flow into the hamstrings as well. Really good for the veins in the legs. You know, we don't talk enough about the health of our veins. You know, our veins carry the blood through the body. You know, really important to have healthy channels to take this blood blood carries nutrients into different parts of the body, into the tissues. So the blood's channels need to be strong and open and healthy. And again, when we're sitting all day, sometimes those veins become sort of weakened. The more we do sort of mindful movements like this, again, it just gets the blood pumping through them, and the nutrients of the blood then goes into the tissues of the veins themselves, so repairing the veins through gentle movement. Lovely. So there's so much going on when we move. And then come back to centre. Lovely. Take a breath in from your feet to your heart. Breathe out back to the feet. And some hip swivels, just gentle little circles. Again, just exploring the four corners of the hips. A few times one way and a few times the other way. So if all you have time for are the movements that we've already done from the feet, legs and hips throughout the day, this is taking a couple of minutes. If all you have time to do is this, then that's brilliant. Just getting yourself up out of the chair, a couple of minutes, a few times a day, and then you can sit back down. So you haven't even left your desk, you can still look at your screen and do these movements. So, it doesn't have to disturb what you're doing. Just easing out. Lovely. And then come back to centre. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lovely. We're going to reverse back to our seat now. So if you want to reverse back nice and close, you can see where the chair is. Hands on the hips, slowly bend the knees and bring yourself down. Lovely. Lovely. Now take your hands into a gentle fist, thumbs on the outside, a few little circles with the wrist, a few times one way, a few times the other way. So again, our hands and our wrists do an awful lot of work for us throughout the day. And again, these movements are really easy. You can take these movements into your day, particularly if you've been stuck on the computer all day or carrying, shopping, whatever you've been doing. Just give those wrists a bit of attention. Lovely. And then open up the hands, spread the fingers, good old stretch. Lovely. Fingertips to shoulders, and then circle the elbows to get into the shoulders. So any of that tension you've built up around the shoulders, we're just easing it out. Nice sort of stretchy, squeezy movements. Lovely. And then let the hands rest down on the legs. Shoulders soft, hands relaxed. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lovely. So we're going to go through a series of movements called the Shakti Bandhas. We have done this before, but if you're new to this, the Shakti Bandhas are again a good way of getting the energy flowing through the spine. In yoga, it's believed that the spine is the home to the central energy channel of the body. It's a home to the spinal cord, the spinal fluids, the nerves flow off of the spine. So there's this buzz of activity right through the center of the spine. And that's what we mean by energy, this sort of buzz, this life force. But this life force can become blocked in different parts of the spine for various reasons. Maybe it's because we're sitting, in poor posture, or maybe we're stressed in the shoulders or got back pain. So this sequence of movements are really good for just mobilizing the spine and getting that movement flowing again. So we start at the bottom, which is always a good place to start, and then we'll work our way up to the top. So bring yourself towards the front edge of the seat. So you're definitely sitting on the seat, but you're towards the front. So your feet can be planted flat on the floor. I turn around this way so you can see towards the end of the seat. My heel bones are positioned on the floor directly underneath the knees. So don't take them too far forward out there. And don't take your feet too wide out either. So knees, hips, feet, all the sort of same distance apart. Bring your hands onto your lower belly, so below your navel, between your hip bones, the lower belly. And use your hands to gently encourage your belly back towards the spine a little. You might feel as a band of muscles across the lower belly, and you're gently drawing the belly back towards the spine and up towards the navel a little. So this is going to be like your girdle, if you like, which supports that lower spine. So keep the tummy in. Keep the tummy held in, and bring the hands onto the hip bones. Keep the neck comfortable. You're going to hinge forward from the hips, keeping the tummy in, and then bring yourself back. A slight lean back. Don't go back too far, but slight lean back. We keep that going, hinging forward from the hips and leaning back. Now you might notice there's hinges where the groins are, and you might feel that little hinge, even if you place maybe your two fingers there, that little crease. So as you come forward and lift the breastbone so the spine is nice and long, you might feel that little crease there where the hip joints are, right at the top of the thighs. You're drawing the belly, and you can use your feet as well, press the feet into the floor to bring yourself up. Now if you've got back issues, you might just want to keep your hands on your hips here, that's fine. If you want to take it a bit further, interlace your fingers, make a little basket with your hands, reach your knuckles forward, and then pull back as if you're rowing a boat. You can breathe in as you reach forward, keep the neck comfortable, breathe out as you pull back. So you're using the tummy muscles for support, you're using your feet on the floor, a lovely hinge from the hips. So just working into the groins, and you might sense the pelvic floor muscles, the sort of toilet muscles that you sit on. There again, a little bit of a workout as well as you're drawing the tummy. So it's standing right down at the base of the spine, at the tailbone. Lovely, a little bit of a hinge. We'll do two more. Lovely, and then bring yourself back to center. Release the hands, and can you reach the arms up, reach the fingers up so your ribs lift, your belly and your waist lengthens, getting nice and long. You'll press down into the feet, drawing the belly, and then bring the arms down, rest the hands, relax the shoulders. Lovely. Before we go into the next movement, let's just ease out our neck a little so you can lean the head to the left. Keep the shoulders relaxed, a little bit of a stretch down the right side of the neck. Keep it gentle. Head comes back to center, and then same on the other side. So don't overdo the stretch in the neck, keep it comfortable. And back to center. Turn the head to look to the left. There's a little twist in the spine that goes up through the back of the neck. Then bring the head back to center, and then over to the other side. And back to center. Lovely. Now we're going to take the feet out wide. Take the feet out as wide as is comfortable. Toes will turn out. I'm not sure if you can see my toes, but they're slightly turned out. And again, you're sitting on the edge of the chair. You're definitely sitting on the chair. You're not going to fall off, but you're quite close to the front edge. Feet out. Bring the hands onto the thighs. Now I like to turn my fingers to point in and down, because that lets my elbows draw out. But again, whatever's good for your hands, it doesn't matter. Draw in the belly. And then we're going to make circles with the upper body. So the breastbone and the chest. You're sort of going around in circles. You're sort of shifting to one side, forward, over the other side, and back. So it is as if your breastbone is circling around the base of the spine. So you're reaching back to the side, forward. And again, you can use your feet on the floor for a bit of support. Keep the tummy in. If you want to keep the hands on the thighs, that's fine. Or you can interlace your fingers like we did earlier. And imagine stirring a big bowl of porridge. So remember, it's a thick bowl of porridge and there's a bit of resistance. And breathe. You can breathe in one way breathe out the other way. Doesn't matter which way, just keep breathing. And if you'd rather keep hands on thighs, that's absolutely fine. Same movement. And then change direction, go the other way. So not only are we working around the pelvis now, but we're bringing a bit of movement up through the sort of belly and the lower back, towards the middle of the spine. So we're kind of stirring that energy, if you like, upwards from the base of the spine, starting to travel up towards the middle of the spine. Lovely. And then bring yourself back to center. And take your arms up, nice stretch as you press down into the feet and draw the belly right back to the spine, as if you're trying to bring your front ribs towards your back ribs as well, but still reaching up, getting nice and long. Take a breath in, breathe out, bring the arms down. Lovely. Then bring the feet back in to about hip distance. Lovely. So the third movement, now this again brings the energy or the awareness up into the sort of solar plexus area in the lungs, this kind of area here. So your hands resting on your thighs to start, and take the right arm up. A little stretch, you'll feel nice and long through the right side. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring the hand down. Breathe in, left hand reaches up. There's a slight bend to the right to open up the left side, breathing out, hand down. Breathing in to reach up, breathing out and down. Breathing in to reach up, breathing out and down. Now you can keep that going, or if you want to, take your hands in front about chest level. Imagine you got a hold of two ropes. As you breathe in, you reach up. As you breathe out, you pull the rope down. Breathing in, breathing out. So this works the tummy muscles a little bit more, particularly if you do a as you pull down. It's optional. So a little ha sound through the mouth as you pull the rope down. So that activates the belly and the diaphragm muscle. But if that makes you a little bit lightheaded, if it's not for you, just breathe normally. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. If your shoulders get a bit tired, you can bring your hands back to the thighs. So your option. Do one more each side, right hand, left hand. And then when you're done, rest the hands down. Experience any sensations, a little bit of settling there. Lovely. So last of the movements we're going to do while sitting. If you want to take your feet out, once again, settle into your seat, relax the shoulders. And keep the tummy drawn in, so that's going to be a bit of support. Again, that girdle effect for your spine. Sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Bring the hands together. Then we're going to turn to the left and point your fingers to the left as if your arms are like an arrow. And then slide your right hand up along the left arm. Bringing the right hand to the chest, draw back that right elbow, looking down the left arm as if you're drawing back a bow. And then you slide the right hand back down the left arm, back to the hand. Bring the hands back up overhead, so you're like an arrow, nice and tall. As you press down into the feet, reach up through the fingers, turn to the right, point your arrow to the wall on the right. Left hand slides up the right arm onto the chest. It comes across into your left shoulder as well, so you can really draw back that left elbow You might feel your upper back muscles working, particularly between the shoulder blades. If you press into the feet and draw in the belly, you can really sort of draw back that bow, point through your right fingers, draw back that left elbow, and then slide the hand back down the arm, reach the arms back up overhead, breathing in, breathing out, turn to the left, slide your right hand up, breathing in, draw back your bow, breathe out, slide the hand back down. Breathe in, reach up to the ceiling, turn to the right, breathe out, point your arrows to the right, breathing in, draw back the left hand, draw back the bow, breathe out, slide the left hand back down. One more each side, breathe in, press into your feet and get nice and tall, breathe out, turn to the left, right hand slides up. So reach your left fingers to the wall and draw that right elbow back. Breathing in, breathe out, slide the hand down. Breathe in, come back up. Turn to the right, breathing out. Breathe in, draw back your bow with your left arm. Press into the feet, draw in the belly. Use your back muscles. Breathe out, hand slides back down. Breathe in, bring the hands up. And then bring the hands through a prayer position to your heart. Lovely. Bring the hands onto the thighs, slide the hands down and bring your elbows onto your thighs, fairly close to the knees. Obviously we don't want to put pressure on the knees, but wherever's comfortable, relax the neck and shoulders and have a moment just to let your back ease out there. Draw the belly away from the floor. Keep your neck comfortable. You might sort of turn your head or just loosen up the neck. Keep the shoulders drawn back away from the ears. If you want to take it further, you can take your hands down to the floor. You can drop the head and look back between the legs. Couple the breaths, release the neck completely. And then one elbow at a time back onto your thighs, draw in the belly. Keep the tummy drawn in, press into the feet, draw in the belly, bring the hands to prayer. Bring the hands to the heart, and if you lift both elbows up off the thighs, use your feet and lift up through the top of the head, come all the way up. Lovely. Bring the feet back in. Lovely. So again, set your feet. We're going to come to standing, so if you want to bring your feet back a little bit closer in towards the chair, but make sure your heel bones can still touch the floor. Hands on the hips, draw in the belly, lean forward. As you press into the feet, use your thigh muscles and lift up. Lovely. And a little bit of a floppy twist before we do another standing position. So if you take your feet out, toes turn out slightly, a little bend in the knees, and you're just going to sort of floppy twist through the ribs, chest and shoulders. So the arms will just swing around, flop around, so almost like a sort of stroppy teenager. It's nice and loose through the shoulders. Keep the knees bent. That protects the knees from any over twisting. And it's the ribs and the chest that are turning. Nice loosening. Lovely. And then bring yourself back to centre. Lovely. Now we're going to take the feet out a little bit wider if you can. This time you're going to turn your right foot in and your left foot out. Bring the hands onto the hips. Keep that right heel grounded. You're going to bend the left knee. And then straighten. Do that 2 more times. You might need to adjust where that left foot is. The foot is pointing out to the left, and as you bend the knee points in the same direction as the toes. Keep rooting through that right heel. And again, straighten the leg. Keep the tummy in. Again, bend the knee. This time, keep the knee bent. Sweep the arms out to the side, so your warrior 2. And as you straighten the legs, reach the hands up. Remember that arrow, so your hands are touching overhead. Lovely. Then turn to the left. As you bend the left knee, point your arrows to the left. Keep the belly and the front ribs drawing in towards your back ribs. Slide the right hand up the left arm, drawing back that bow. Draw back the shoulders, shoulder blades snuggle into your back. Root through the feet. So nice and strong through your thighs. Draw in the belly, neck comfortable. Lovely. And then straighten the leg, bring the hands back to the heart. We'll switch, turn the left foot in. So the left foot angles in. That means that left thigh bone turns into the hip. So you feel the hip turning in as well. And then if you turn the right foot out, so it's not just the foot, it's the knee and the hip as well. And again, as you bend the right knee and straighten. Do that a couple of times, so that'll give you an opportunity to adjust the feet as you need to. Knee bends and straighten. Knee bends. The root down into that left heel. Drawing the tummy and straighten. Sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Breathing in, breathe out, bend that right knee. Turn to the right, so you're facing the same direction as that right knee, and point your arrows to that wall on the right. Join the belly, root through the feet, slide your left hand up the arm. You can use your upper back muscles, the shoulder blades drawing towards each other and down into the back. Keep the belly and the front ribs drawing towards the back. Ground through your feet. And the crown of the head is lifting up. So nice strong posture. And then straighten the right leg. Bring the hands to prayer. Turn the right foot in. Now this time turn both heels in, toes out. Bend both knees and a little sink back. Bring the hands onto your thighs. Take your bottom back. Draw the belly away from the floor. Lovely. Couple of breaths here. Again, as you lower the hips a little bit more, press into the feet. Bring the hands back to the heart. Push down into the feet. Straighten the legs. Well done. Strong work. Heel toe or walk your feet back in. Lovely. Let's give those hips a little ease out. It probably needed now after those stretchy wide leg positions. Gentle little ease out. Lovely. And then bring yourself back to center. Spread your feet. Let's take 3 breaths. Breathing in from the feet to the heart. Breathing out back to the feet. Breathing in from the feet to the heart. Breathing out back to the feet. And one more. Lovely, well done. And as you bring your hands into prayer position at your heart center, and you bow your head down in honor to yourself, you look down at your hands, give yourself a smile and a thank you for taking this time just for you, your body and your energy flow. And as you raise your head, take your smile with you into the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you next week. Take care.